Waiting in line outside the DJC Collectibles studio, I'm Midwest professional wrestling legend Gage Octane. And now, a guy who can edit a podcast using only an iPad and a single index finger, Kyle Peterson.
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with my co-host and a return here from Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Kid, and we'll get into it. My wife, Angie, say hello.
You stuttered there. Did you forget I was your wife?
I forgot. I was thinking my girlfriend had to leave when you came back, so it was tough times. But we had quite the week last week while you were gone, Angie.
I know.
Did you watch the episode with Midwest professional wrestling legend Gage Octane filling in for you?
Of course I did. I love how your memory of his life events was better than his own. He was like, "Oh yeah, really?
Really." And we'll do, next time you're gone, Gage Octane will sit in and we'll do a part 2 with Gage Octane, of course. But I got to thank him for covering for Angie, the freeloader, Miss Lazy over here. Couldn't make it. We're only episode 17 here today. You couldn't even get into, she just had things to do. She had people to see. She had the city of brotherly love. And we'll find out all about that here in a second. But of course, it is the Kyle Peterson Show, episode number 17 here today, on our way to 100, working our way to 100. We'll see what happens after that. Got to give a special thanks to our sponsor, DJC Collectibles. Use discount code ADOFFDJC to save 8% off your entire order there. Got to thank them for sponsoring the podcast. And if you, yes, you, sitting there on the couch or driving in your car would like to sponsor this podcast, make sure you reach out to the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. And Angie, we did do a giveaway last week. We're going to announce the winner of the giveaway later on in this very episode, so you better stay tuned to that. And of course, whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, follow, give 5 stars, all that kind of fun stuff. Makes Angie smile. There's nothing better than when Angie smiles, of course, right, Angie? There's nothing better when you smile, except maybe when you come down to weekly purchases in your bikini. That was quite the spectacle for a lot of people, 4th of July weekend. There was a lot of fireworks that weekend. Angie broke the internet, or at least broke my internet a little bit there. And I said, I don't know what the big deal is. You can go see Angie at the pool wearing the same thing. It's not like you were wearing anything special, right?
I really don't wear that to the public pool.
Oh, you don't?
It's a bit much.
I didn't think.
Well, when the kids were little, I wouldn't have worn something like that because I was chasing them around and stuff. But
I thought it looked good, and I think everybody agreed with me out there. Everybody wants more. Everybody wants more of that. We were hoping you would do something like that, but what do you got going on today? What's this little piece called?
My cute little dress.
This is called the Summer of Floral, is what we're calling this now. Matching here, of course. Usually, I have a fine Western shirt because people care about my fashion more than you and these, of course. But I got my little Hawaiian shirt on here today, and I figured, you know what? We're going to finish out the summer in Hawaiian shirts. We'll get back to the Western shirts maybe in the fall. We'll see what happens there. But it's summertime. It's a beautiful day outside. We should really not be doing this. We should be outside. It's like a nice 75 degrees. There's no wind. Just perfect weather. It's almost like San Diego weather. And speaking of, I'm headed to San Diego, of course, when you guys are watching this, unless you're a Patreon member where you get early access to videos like this, of course. I'll be going to San Diego, and Angie's the shoe's gonna be on the other foot, except I'm working in San Diego around the clock where you got to party in the city of brotherly love, sticking down cheesesteaks down your mouth, all that kind of fun stuff. Angie's going to be living the dream here while I'll be in San Diego. So we're fitting the floral theme a little bit here, but we matched here a little floral action here as we close out the summer, and the summer's about halfway over at this point here. I just hate to say it. I hate to say it. Feel like I've accomplished nothing this summer, but it's funny is I maximize about a normal person's week into each of my days, I think, between my job and everything else. And maybe we'll get into that a little bit here today as well. There's a lot going on, Angie. There is a lot going on, but you had a week away for Philadelphia, and we were missing you. A lot of people missed you. A lot of people said we're not going to watch it unless Angie comes back. Well, here she is. She's back, and she's ready to go. No bikini today, though, but we'll see. Maybe we can figure something out. I don't know if we can get a subscriber milestone on YouTube or something like that. We can get Angie in full lingerie just sitting here right there. God. Just full on out just for everybody there, maybe. Or maybe I will. I'll wear it. We'll see what happens there. You guys choose. Who do you want to see wear it? You guys tell in the comments.
That's an idea.
Whoever the people say, whoever they'd rather see for a full episode of lingerie, Angie or me, we'll figure that out right there. But I will say, Angie, you did break the internet a little bit.
How'd that video shake out?
that video shook out pretty good. It would. I think I usually get like 2,000 views. I don't know, 2,000 to 5,000 views on whatever. I mean, I don't pay too close attention on a lot of that kind of stuff, but I think we got like 7,000 or 8,000. And a lot of people were saying, Angie, and maybe you could clear this up or maybe you can't, but like I was forcing you. Somebody commented in the force that said I forced you into all that. And I did make mention in the video where I said we should do this as a joke with a thumbnail because that'll bring in the extra viewers. Like I could have went the other way, but we talked about it. But people thought I forced you to do it. And I said in the comments, I said, believe you me, Angie doesn't do anything she doesn't want to do. Believe you me. So Angie was fine. She didn't think it was that big deal. Just worked out perfect.
I don't even think you knew I was in the pool because you were in the basement filming.
Didn't even know.
Pool.
It was just like
you text me.
Yeah,
and I said, I'm just going to go down like this.
Yeah, and it's like the stars aligned, perfect moment, perfect time. Yeah. It's one of those things, the stars aligned. But I will say, Angie, and a long way to get there, it was my most viewed ever Instagram post I've ever done.
Oh my God.
I've ever done. The picture of you and me, I think it's at like 25,000 views or something something like just a picture. I mean, just a picture. So
oh my God.
There's two ways to go about that. Kudos to you for people like to look at the picture of you. And sorry for poor Kyle that sits there and tolls away down in the basement doing, an Alf unboxing and spending hours working on that for the people. And 100 people look at it. And so it's like, it's a little defeating over here. I'm just letting you know. But Angie, you're the true star here. And it makes me say, maybe we should just change this channel, change everything, and just gear it all towards Angie and stuff. And all of a sudden I'll be able to quit my job maybe. And then you can just do that kind of stuff. You could do feet pics on the side. You can do stuff like that. Who knows? But wild times. Giving a free show right there. There's more where that came from. But who knows? Like I said, somebody said too, Angie's on her way to an OnlyFans. And hey, there you go, Angie. It's time. I don't know. Well, who knows what Angie could be up over there? Something tells me it would be a very high. I mean, I have a lot of Patreon members over there. A lot of Patreon members. and I enjoy all of them. They all cancel. They move over to you. And all of a sudden, Angie just overnight has like 2,000 people on her OnlyFans. I'll be like, man, you got to be kidding me. I'm putting all this work in. So it is a little bit defeating, but kudos to you, Angie. It can't happen to a better person out there. But hopefully you grace us once again. We'll see if some milestone. You got plenty of other bikinis. There's still some daylight left in summertime, so maybe we'll get around there. But shout out to you, and once again, shout out to Gage Octane for helping me out last week on the podcast. And, of course, we'll be back next week, Tuesday, on the podcast as well. But it is being filmed a little bit early next week, so the more you know. But now, Angie, it's time. It's time to go deeper. Your favorite. You've learned how it goes. We're going to deeper dive into Angie's Philadelphia adventure. For a deeper dive, Angie's specialty right here, just diving in there, taking it all, right, Angie? And that's what you did on your trip to Philadelphia, the Philadelphia experiment for Angie. Tell us all about it. No, but Angie went to Philadelphia. You were there for how many days?
A full week.
Full week, 7 days. That's a lot of days. I've personally never been to Philadelphia. Never been there. Maybe one day, maybe not. But Angie went for 7 days. You went with your sister, your nephew, and your mom. It was a family adventure there, of course. So you went to Philadelphia, had all them. You were gone 7 days. I held the fort down here, kept up with everything. The house was nice and clean when you got back. The laundry was done. The kids were fed. The dogs were taken care of. I did my day job. I did all my videos. Burned the candle at both ends, but I was very happy to see you back, of course. So it was good. It's good to have you back. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. But I also traveled, and I traveled to Minnesota, but I'll let you go with your stories first before I get all fired up about my story. But Angie, you went for 7 days to Philadelphia. So you went to your mom's sister's house, got in the car with them, and you guys flew out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Very interesting, because that's where my story was. But beautiful this time of year in Minnesota, right? Beautiful. Did you do anything in Minnesota?
Not really. I think we ate at the hotel. And we also, the hotel was connected to the airport. It was one of those. So we parked right on and just took the skywalk.
So you sent me a picture, and you might have even sent me video from Minnesota. And for some reason, you were on top of the parking garage.
Oh yeah, we were really bored at one point, so we just
You were thinking about jumping or what?
No.
I was like, where are you?
We were just bored and walking around, and we ended up there. And
now, if I remember correctly, and because I do, because just literally just yesterday I was there. The Mall of America is right like across the street, across the interstate from the airport. Why didn't you go to the Mall of America, America's Mall?
We thought about it.
I don't know why you wouldn't have. I went there, and not to hijack your story, but I went to the Mall of America, had a little downtime at night, rode some rides by myself, real lonely, and I rode some rides. I checked out the toy stores. I went to Toys R Us.
I'm still not sure if you're lying about that.
No, I rode the ride. I do have footage. I'll put it in here. The log ride, I was on that one. And
just by yourself, or do you have
yeah, by myself. I was the only one in there. It was a little scary. Like when you're by yourself in that log ride, you like almost levitate out because there's no extra weight to hold you down. But I went on the coaster, and so it was a lonely existence. I should have called somebody, but I was staying right over there because I had a meeting the next morning. But I went to the Toys R Us film at 11. You'll see that on the YouTube channel here in a week or so, maybe. While I'm at San Diego, probably. Did a little vlog from there and stuff. Not to hijack your story here, but I had a lot of fun, and unfortunately, they were out of Cinnabons. I was really excited for a Cinnabon, and they were out of those. So, Angie, back to you.
There was a Cinnabon at the airport. I didn't get it. Can you believe it?
I can.
I'm so sad.
So you went and spent the night at the hotel. You didn't do anything fun. You didn't even go to a restaurant in Minnesota. You didn't go anywhere. You didn't even go to the First Avenue or anything like that. You just ate at the hotel, which I don't like to eat at the hotels unless I really have to.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it was okay, but I'm sure it was overpriced.
And then we just walked right to the airport.
So you were parked there, everything. You left your car there. Yep. Took the flight. Now, was it a direct flight?
Yes.
So you're much more lucky than I am as far as San Diego.
That's why I got to fly out of Minneapolis.
I got to have a stopover in Arizona, and I might visit the Warrior residence and then come back out. I don't know.
If you want direct flights, you got to go out of Minneapolis.
I guess. Okay. So you got
to fly Delta.
So you haven't flown. I don't think you've flown since like 2005, have you?
Oh, it's been forever.
That's the problem.
Well, maybe the cruise.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
So that would have been like right after Emma was born. That was definitely the last time.
2015 and 2016, the Motorhead cruise. Oh, you had to be there. Oh, Captain Lemmy on the Seven Seas, Slayer, Anthrax, and all points in between. Time of my life, not quite the time of your life. One day we'll tell that story too on the channel, I'm sure.
Lemmy liked my boobs. Remember that?
Oh, he did. Good for him.
He came alive.
Well,
he looked really bored, and he came alive when I came.
That was the end. Or that was 2014,
I was actually
2015.
wearing that Motorhead tank top I wore last
in Philadelphia.
No, when I met Lemmy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I was wearing that.
Yeah, that was 2014-15 because he died a couple months after that cruise, unfortunately. But I forgot you did fly that. But you're not a seasoned flyer, and I'm not really either outside of work. And that's one regret in the life is not taking vacation, not going on flights and trips like that. We never do that because I have to work 7 days a week, 24/7, unfortunately, and I just can't get away. And I'm dreading San Diego in a lot of ways because it's going to be brutal because my day job is going to be calling me 24/7, and I got to get away. Anyways, you flew to Philadelphia.
And I got spoiled too. So my sister's like a diamond elite or something, blah, 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 because she flies all the time. So we got like the Comfort Plus seating.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask.
Just a step behind first class. It's basically the seats are the same as first class.
I'm shocked.
You just don't get a meal.
Now you're first class Angie, so I'm shocked you didn't go to first class. I'm shocked you didn't get first class.
I think it's like 800 versus like 500 round trip.
That's just peanuts to a guy like you.
No.
So
everything's the same basically.
So you got the nice comfy seats and stuff, and where your old Kyle.
Lots of leg room.
For me, I go San Diego. Okay, I just say it's a 4-hour flight. I'm going to do whatever's cheapest. I'll sit that middle seat. I'll save that $50 sitting in that middle seat. Be uncomfortable. Have kids puking on me and stuff. I'm terrible, but I'm glad you had a good flight. No drama on the flight. No mask coming down. No crashes. No near misses or anything like that.
Nope.
It was just smooth,
Nothing.
Smooth through the air, just flying like a bird. So it was good. So then you landed in Philadelphia, and what was your first day like in Philadelphia?
Oh my gosh.
Now, was there trash everywhere? Now, I'm hearing they have trash problems over there in Philadelphia. Like the trash man union is on strike. So was the garbage.
Our second to last day, they finally came off strike and cleaned it all up. But it was crazy. I sent you some pictures.
Was there garbage just littering the streets?
Everywhere. Chinatown was the absolute worst.
Oh, China. What are we doing? China.
But I'm talking like, not like a couple bags, like 15, 20 bags of garbage. It was smelly.
Full of dead bodies.
It was smelly.
And dead dogs and cats, stereotypes? No? Not going back to episode 1 of the Kyle Peterson show. There wasn't anybody eating the dogs and cats.
No, we ate it a couple times. It was definitely chicken.
Oh, you love the Chinese food there.
It was very good.
Philadelphia known for their Chinese food. I'm sure there's
very
somebody
good.
from Philadelphia watching. Do they have great Chinese? I don't think of them. I think of, I don't know, a San Francisco having great Chinese maybe or something like that. But
Most
it was good.
Most of them were like Vietnamese. So, but it was a lot of like things we considered like Chinese, but I don't know if that's different.
It's a catch-all. It's a catch-all. I think is what that is.
Crab rangoons, could not find them anywhere.
Oh,
no one had those.
The Midwest thing, apparently. I don't know.
How sad.
It's not even real crab in those crab rangoons.
I probably wouldn't have liked it if they had it because I don't like the real crab in it anyway.
I like real crab.
I like the imitation crab.
I love seafood, though. Let me tell you. Give me all the seafood, Angie. That's what I'm saying. But
you like it fishy, stay out of here.
Yeah. What?
I'm fresh.
Okay. So you had Chinese. What else did you do day one? You were probably tired from your travel.
We were just kind of walking around in a daze. We couldn't believe all the... I don't know why I was surprised, but there were so many homeless people and...
Yep.
Did so you much give them... garbage.
I remember, where was I? I was somewhere one time, and I remember I was eating pizza with somebody. I forget were we in New York for this? I can't remember. And a homeless guy's like staring in the window at us, just looking at us. And I remember we each had like a slice. I thought it was you and me. Maybe it wasn't.
Could have been.
Maybe it was Chicago, I think. And this would have been a Sound of Urchin show, I think is where we had this. And I remember there was 2 slices left, and we like pointed to the guy. He's like, yeah. And so we gave him the box, and he had the 2 slices. But he was like just staring at us through the window. I'm like, dude, you want to just take a seat or what? But
yeah, these people are all well fed. I feel like if you would have handed them a bag of food, they would have like slapped it out of your hand. Like,
I'm stuffed. I don't need this. So you saw homeless people, obviously. Philadelphia, a big city. So I'm sure it's a little different than our neck of the woods for sure. But I guess we won't drain every single day. I guess give us your Philadelphia memories. What did you see around Philadelphia? What did you go? What did you experience?
So we did 2 days on that big bus where you just drive around, and we saw...
City bus?
All the heights. All the highlights, I guess.
Did you drive the bus?
The love sign, the city hall was probably the prettiest, and then that what's it called? Like for the Masons, Freemasons. Okay. Masonic, is that how you say it? Temple.
Oh, okay, sure.
Those were probably the 2 prettiest buildings, and they were right by each other.
What about the Rocky statue?
We never went up to that.
Oh,
we drove by.
That would have been one of the things I would have wanted to do. And then, of course, you said, I think, was it Saturday night you went to the ECW arena and saw a wrestling show?
No,
I saw Mr. Kennedy was there, and I think you saw him. No, she didn't even go by. And I even Google mapped it or whatever, and it was like a 12-minute walk from your hotel. You could have been.
Walk? I thought you said drive.
Maybe it was drive. Either or, it's a travesty you didn't go there. If I went to Philadelphia, all I'd want to do is try a cheesesteak, and we'll get to that. Try a cheesesteaks. And then I'd want to go to the ECW arena and the Rocky Steps, and I could leave. If Darren Dalton was still catching for the Phillies, I probably would have went to a Phillies game, but not the case. So you saw some of those sights and sounds. Your hotel was nice in Philly? Mm-hmm. People treating you nice?
Yes.
Did you get any brotherly love while you were there?
No.
Any guys hitting on you?
The only brothers were the homeless people.
Oh, that's terrible. Racist. So you didn't get
I felt like they were. I can't remember. I remember seeing a black guy that wasn't homeless.
Really? Well, what kind of neighborhood are you in?
There was a lot of women.
A lot of homeless women?
No, just like a lot of regular women.
So there's not a lot of men in Philadelphia apparently there. Okay.
And I don't know if they're from... There was a lot of like foreign people from, I think, like Nova Scotia or something. They could
have been from Iowa. A lot of foreigners from there.
I don't know. I'm bad at nationality, but
yeah, dude, you don't want to offend anybody. Let me tell you.
We were like definitely the minority. It was a weird feeling.
So you just got picked on and stuff. No, you were fine.
Everybody was nice.
Everybody was nice to you. It was truly the city of brotherly love. Mm-hmm. Everybody was nice. Give you a shirt off their back if you needed it.
Except the hagglers, if you wouldn't buy from them, then they were.
They'd cuss you out if you wouldn't buy some of the street fare.
Yep.
Huh. Okay. So what did you eat for dinners outside of the cheesesteaks? We'll get to that. You just ate at the hotels probably?
Our best meal was the Italian place we went to. Maggiano's or something.
Okay.
It was the best Italian I've ever had.
What did you get?
Oh, and then we went on that ship.
Oh, you went on the ship? The good ship Lollipop?
I'm bad at remembering names.
Oh my gosh.
But it's like a famous ship, and they like gutted it out, turned it into a restaurant. It was really cool. So it was docked right on the port.
Yeah. So it probably doesn't move.
No,
so like somebody from Philadelphia.
Yeah, Mashulu.
Mashulu?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you went to there, and then you ate at the hotel, I'm sure, knowing you.
No,
I can't believe that. I'm shocked for you to be all in at the hotel eatery.
We did a couple banquet dinners with my sister because it was a work event.
Okay.
So we got some freebies. What else did we eat? The cheesesteaks.
Okay, so let's just get to the cheesesteaks. Okay. So that was one of the big adventures. And they say now, I'm by no means a cheesesteak expert. I mean, I've had some cheesesteaks, but I've never been to Philadelphia. So most people would say you haven't had a real cheesesteak, and I get it. I understand it. But they say, what is it? Real cheese or like the cheese whiz? And that's like the great debate out there. And you tried both?
No.
Oh, well,
we tried the exact same sandwich from Gino's and Pat's, which are like the two like main rivalries that like started it all.
Well, that's
but
weird.
we got it exactly the same way with the meat, onion, and cheese whiz.
Oh. So you didn't try regular cheese, just cheese whiz?
Yes.
Okay. See, so then you just messed the whole thing up. Like that's the key, is to try which one is better. You just tried the same thing of two different places. So you should have went back.
But they were drastically different.
And which one did you like better?
I think I like Gino's better. It just tastes more like a little more elevated, more grown up, and it wasn't as like crazy cheese whizzy. But I think you would have liked Pat's better. So the meat was more crumbly and dry, and then it had a way more cheese on it.
Yeah, I like my meat dry with lots of cheese. Just
and
like gooey cheese.
The meat was like cut like long in bigger pieces.
See, my
and then
favorite,
it wasn't as cheesy.
My favorite cheesesteak I've ever had is Jersey Mike's, and that's like somebody in Philadelphia right now just turned this off or threw something at the screen saying, or turned their audio off, because that's not a real cheesesteak. But I like the Jersey Mike's one.
Maybe I'll try it.
That's what I'm going to say. Then you can kind of tell me how this compares to those. But I think it is an absolute travesty and a waste of a Philadelphia trip if you didn't at least try the different kinds of them. You went get too similar ones. You got to try both sides. That's the great debate, and that's what I want to know.
Oh God!
Because I think the great debate is, do you like the regular cheese or the cheese whiz? So you're on those camps. And then you dial it down from there. Okay, I like cheese whiz. Well, what's your favorite cheese whiz place? Then you got to figure that out too. So that's a whole experiment in itself. But I was hoping we'd have a better answer on that one here, but we don't.
I don't think the real cheese would have hit. Like the
Clear
cheese
as
whiz.
mud. Clear as mud.
The cheese whiz is more the authentic way to get it.
Well, like Jersey Mike's gets that all melty in there. It's delicious. So you'll have to try it. Trust me, it's good. But we'll see. So you did the cheesesteak challenge. Not really, but you did that. You did that. You went to prison too.
Oh yeah.
How was prison?
I have such a bad memory. I'm already forgetting. We went to an old prison. That was really good.
I saw you wearing like headphones. They're like the old school cassette Walkman, like Nerf on there.
Oh God! And it's a famous actor that does it. Is it Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi. Yeah, oh, who knew? Hey kids. Huh, that's interesting.
So then it'll be like, click number 5 to start the next thing, and it just like transitions you through the whole place.
So I basically followed the trip through your mom's Facebook, taking many pictures of all this, and I'm looking at some of this kind of stuff. Yeah, she went crazy on the pictures, but I felt like I was almost there. She was posting so much all the time. And I remember she posted one of like, look at this building that gets like even amount of sunlight every single day. Yeah. And then she put in there, and it was made by a woman. What's that mean?
Like the architect was a female architect.
Why does it matter if it's a female or a male? I don't understand. I almost commented.
It was a big deal because she was like the first female architect to ever build like a building.
Now, first off, we know females can't be architects. Get out of here. Do you know any female architects? Have you ever met one?
No.
Have you ever met a male architect?
No.
Well, then, never mind. I have. His name, what was that guy's name?
I have no idea.
What was his name? Oh, yeah. His name was Robert Reed. Yes, Robert Reed, the architect. Ah. Real ones know Robert Reed, the architect, I think. But he might have been in the Brady Bunch. Maybe not. Who knows? But, yeah, so I thought it was weird that she posted this picture. It's like, oh, it's a female. Like, okay, why a male can't do this? What are we doing here? I think it's like reverse discrimination is what it is. And that gets me into my next segue about the problems with society in this day and age. No, maybe not. Maybe save that for another one.
Would a male have thought about that everyone needed equal sunlight?
Does everybody need equal sunlight? I know some people that like their house in pure darkness.
Building. It was weird.
Some people like to be in the dark. They want to be, sleeping all the time and stuff. So
now the one side has a skyscraper on it, so it's really.
And then not everybody works the 8 to 5. Some people work the 11 to 8, so you don't want to be in that mix. So, anywho, so you saw that. So that stuck out in the pictures. And then she posted a lot of pictures, like even stuff. I like the one where your mom was at like the train station with like passed out people and stuff, and she's sitting there like in the letter, hi, and there's like a guy dead on. There was a guy dead on the ground there in a sleeping bag, and there was that lady that was like in the midst of smacking her kid. That's a train stop for you if I ever saw one. But your mom's just like smiling away. But it was wild. But she apparently I was interested that she posted all this. How did she know how to do that?
No, she has Facebook and she has a smartphone now.
Oh, she does. I thought she had a flip phone. I was like, how did she do all this? Like, I remember just thinking that was crazy. Like, I can't believe. I feel like I'm right there because she posted so much. And I heard from you at night and stuff, but I didn't get a lot of pictures or anything like that. And you didn't give me any real good pictures I was hoping to see from Philadelphia, that's for sure. But yeah, it was wild. But your mom was just keeping abreast of the whole thing. I mean, basically, I felt like I was watching a travel log on her Facebook, hundreds of pictures. So I felt like I was kind of there in a roundabout way. But
tell me what else I saw. I can't remember.
So you went to Philadelphia, and then apparently one day you said, you know what, let's go to Washington, D.C., because why wouldn't you, I guess? So, it's weird to think out there. We're out in the Midwest on our way to the West is where we live. And it's like everything takes a while to get to. But when you're out on that East Coast, apparently, we're just going to go an hour south down to Washington, D.C. or whatever it is.
No, it's crazy how close everything is.
And what did you do? You took a boat?
Took a train.
Took a train. You took a train. So it was like a speeding bullet train?
A bullet train. Well, it wasn't a bullet train.
Or was it like the Chicago train?
I mean, we got there in like an hour and 45 minutes.
And I'm sure the train's a lot faster than traffic with all the lights and the traffic jams and everything else. So was it like one of those Chicago trains we were on not too long ago? Something like that, kind of?
Probably.
You don't even remember? That was like a week ago? It was like a week ago we were on that train in Chicago and you already forgot? 2 weeks ago?
It was nicer than that because it had like table and chairs for everybody. Like there was an assigned seat for. Well, we were in business class, so I don't know if it's the same.
This is like Thomas the Tank Engine.
I don't know if it's the same for the poor people in the regular class.
The poor people. Look at her out there. Oh, you and the poors again. Now, okay, I guess you can. Did they have like the stereotypical train guy with a little hat on and the nice? Oh my gosh, this was the fancy train. You were on the fancy train.
The other half of it, there was no assigned seating, so it was just like
Wild West. You could have been murdered.
We had like
on
a
that
table, and then we kind of sat around it on each side.
So that's kind of like one of those movies where like there's a zombie outbreak over there on that side, and they're like trying to get over to your side, and you guys are all holding the wall, like you can't come in the fancy train. This is the fancy train. It was one of those kind of things.
We had a cafe in ours.
Oh my gosh, you guys. No wonder this bill I'm going to have to pay at the end of this month is going to be so expensive. I was like, what? You spent how much out there?
My God.
Between that and Target, I don't know what's going on. And I always say, and the thing I always say now, Angie, what do I always say?
How much do you think I make?
Yeah, how much money do you think I make? Is this the Target bill or the mortgage? Unbelievable. And then, that's why I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm sitting in the middle of the aisle or like in the middle seat. I'm trying to, ma'am, could I have an extra pack of peanuts? That's going to be my lunch tomorrow, as of course I'm at San Diego Comic-Con. And I'm going to be trying to get everything I can for free as far as I can go. And then I'm like sleeping in a sleeping bag down there on the ocean. It's a hard time. So I have to do the sacrifices so you can live it up on the fancy train.
Well, all your money's in the basement.
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, so you went on this train. You got off the train.
Yes.
And?
Got on another bus.
Oh my gosh, public transportation.
It's like the big bus. It's like an actual touring where you can plug in a headphone. Ooh. They give you...
Okay, you get the whole story and all that. So you went on the touring bus. And I bet you there was a bunch of old people on that bus.
No, everybody.
There was a bunch of 80-year-olds.
A lot of families.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better. So then you went and saw the sights of Washington, D.C. Did you go to the, the 900 Club, or what is that called, where Clutch always played?
No.
You didn't go to any of that?
No.
Oh. What else is there to do in Washington, D.C.?
We got a little turned around, so we wasted a lot of time.
Ooh.
But we saw the White House, Lincoln Memorial,
now,
Washington Monument.
You said you got a little teary-eyed at the Lincoln Memorial.
I did.
Is that true?
I don't know why. It struck me.
You felt so bad. You said,
I didn't cry,
he freed those slaves, and you looked at it, and you thought you were looking at the real guy for a while.
I think sometimes something you see in pictures your whole life, seeing in person, it's surprising. And it's huge.
Yeah, it's big. Did you have any desire to climb up there and sit in his lap?
No, you're not allowed to. There's a thing around it. There's a thing around it.
Okay, well, so you got a little misty-eyed over there at Old Honest Abe. You said, man, that guy. And did you think about his time in the Ford Theater when he got shot in the back of the head? Did that come across your mind at all?
No.
You didn't even think about that, did you?
I was thinking about his life.
And did you think about how they show that picture of when he started as the president and ended, and he looked like he aged 500 years?
I know, poor guy.
Yeah, he had a hard time. But man, I heard though, and you guys, somebody fact check it. I heard that Lincoln Memorial up there. I heard that was his actual size. He was a tall gentleman.
I wonder if he looked kind of like your dad. How tall was he?
I think he was 9'4".
He looks like he would be tall like your dad.
I think
he has that build.
I think he was a good 6. I think he was a little smaller than me, I believe. Maybe not. But you saw Honest Abe, of course, and you kind of did a quick drive by the White House a little bit or something. Something like that. I don't know what you did.
I didn't ever cross the street.
You said, I'm not going over there.
So it's all fenced off. There's so much Secret Service.
They need it around you. You're trouble.
And there was an extremely long line to get to the front. So we saw it from way far away at one point, and then another time I was like at the corner across the street, like diagonal from it.
You high rollers probably slipped somebody a 50 and cut the line, didn't you?
No,
high rollers.
That was all the only picture I got is me at an angle.
And you saw like a reflecting pool or something like that? Was that what that was? Did you reflect in that pool at all? Did you look in it?
Beautiful. Yeah, it reflects the Washington Monument.
Did you think about me when you were reflecting?
I was thinking about was Forrest Gump. Have you ever seen that movie? And he gives that big speech there. Right
there. My movie of my life is very similar to Forrest Gump. It's very similar. It's a similar movie. It really is. And it's hard for me to make that movie because it's so similar. People are going to say I stole a lot of it, and I didn't. It's a totally different story, but very similar.
It's like a box of chocolates.
Truly
you never
is.
Know what you're going to get.
I love the chocolate box. Let me tell you, that's one of my favorites. But
then we had a really interesting thing happen.
What is it?
So we doubled back to the station, and then my mom decided to heat stroke and pass out.
And what was really weird, she passed out there, and I heard you guys said, well, we're going to be late for this train. Do we leave her?
No, but
you
it's
guys
so
left
bad.
her.
But in my mind, I was like playing out the rest of the day because I'm like, what do we do? Like, do we just sit here?
I thought I heard, did your sister wasn't
everything.
there, right?
No.
It was just you and old Nick, the nephew.
Yeah.
And is it true that you dumped a thing of water? You just got a water bottle, you unscrewed it, and you just dumped it on her head?
No, but I went and filled up a drink and got a drink for her.
Heat stroke, especially for the olds out there, you got to be careful with it.
She dropped everything she was holding and
we'll get you.
And we had to catch her.
Do you think it was heat stroke scary. Or do you think that player Honest Abe got to her and she just back like they used to do in the Elvis days?
This was before.
Oh, it was before she saw Honest Abe. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So she was okay though. She got some water and she was all good, or what?
Yep.
Just kind of an in and out job, or what?
Yep. It only lasted like 5 minutes.
That was all. And she was back at it, and she was so nervous. Did you think you're gonna have to take her to the hospital? You're like, how do we do on this?
That's what I was thinking. Like, I always had to go through all the scenarios. Like, what do we do? How do we get there? What happened?
I'm glad I was there. I would have had to leave her. I'm sorry. I probably would have. I would have said, you had a good run. We're gonna leave you here in Washington. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out, kid.
Well, and we didn't really eat. We went to like this Parisian cafe that's right by the White House. That was amazing. That's all we ate the whole day. So we probably didn't eat enough. We didn't drink enough.
Hot,
it was so hot.
And the old people, that's why they always say, check on the pets, check on the old people.
I think they said the real fill was like 104 degrees because it was like 93 plus.
It's just like me mowing. It's like me mowing after a long day of work every day. I just go out there and I mow in 120 degrees. That's wild. So that was the highlight of that trip, I'm sure. But you got on the train and everything was great.
Yeah, and we passed out.
And then you passed out. You were worn out. You were worn out.
And I got very burnt.
Yeah, I can still see a little. I can see a little bit. You can leave the fingers right there.
Yep.
Right there. But so you went, spend the night that night, and then was that your last day?
We left the next morning.
And you left the next morning. Couldn't get back home fast enough, back to Minnesota. And then strangely enough, you were driving back from Minnesota, and I was driving up to Minnesota for work. Two Starcrest lovers waving on the interstate, and you didn't time it very well. We could have, maybe met at a rest stop or something like that, but you didn't have any interest in seeing me after not seeing me for a full week. And I had to leave a day early because I had a work trip to Omaha, Nebraska. Beautiful this time of year. I was there the week before, so I missed you on the day you left, and I missed you on the day you came back because I was up there in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Beautiful, riding the coasters, riding the log rides, getting denied a Cinnabon. And just doing my thing. However, I did stay at a beautiful Hampton Inn. Beautiful Hampton Inn. Let me tell you, I stayed there. I had a big work presentation. I wowed them on there. I did. I gave it to them. Bam, bam, bam. Going to hit you with this, hit you with that. Any questions? I'm out of here. And I got back on the road and I left. But it was a good meeting. It was a lot of great guys up there in Minnesota. Minnesota nice is a real thing. I like everybody in Minnesota. They're all nice to me and I'm nice to them back. But wowed them with a presentation. Hit a couple of stops that night. I did get some red Savoy pizza. You know what this is?
No.
You had it before, but she doesn't remember. You have a
terrible
memory.
Like pan or what?
No, it's Pequod's probably. But my favorite, if you guys are from Minnesota, Red Savoy, it's a chain up there, but it's a local chain. That's my favorite pizza in Minnesota. I've tried all the pizzas. That's my favorite one. It's got a spicy sauce, beautiful pepperoni, beautiful sausage, a lot of cheese. They call it soda style. And I hate it. I hate eating by myself. I hate going into a restaurant. You can eat by yourself. But it's funny is whenever you go to like anywhere to eat, people sit down and just eat with you. It's weird. Like people just like, I'm just going to eat with this girl. And hey, here's my number. And
I've been joined actually many times.
You get joined. They don't join me. They know I'll give them the eye like, get the heck out of here. Get out of here. You're not sitting by me. I don't want to sit with anybody. But I don't like going to restaurants because by myself. So There was a Walmart and a Target and a Red Savoy pizza. I said, oh, my night's planned. Oh, baby. So I went to the Walmart, went to the Target, or I went to the Walmart, put my order in, went to the Target, came up, picked up my pizza, brought it back to my hotel room, and I dined on Red Savoy pizza, and I got back to my hotel room before the downpour. It downpoured all night, took out the internet, took out the TV. So I had nothing to do. I sat there and edited videos all night in my hotel room. And to make matters worse, it was like 80 degrees in my hotel room.
Ew.
The hotel, it couldn't keep up with the hot humidity and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just sweating. I'm just sweating in my hotel room. I'm like, Angie's living the life on vacation. She's having the time of her life. And poor Kyle here has got a presentation. He's up there in Minnesota, even if it's beautiful this time of year. But at least I got that roller coaster ride in. That's what I'll say about that.
That's crazy.
It was wild. So are you ever going to go back to Philadelphia?
Probably not.
Probably not. Why would you? Why would you? Yeah.
Solid.
I don't know. We'll go somewhere else. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con here in a week. This could be, and I say it every single year, this could be my final year at San Diego Comic-Con. I said, Angie, it'd be great to you to go one of these times. I don't know if I got it in me. This could be it. I mean, I like it. We'll talk more about it on the channel. Stay tuned for all the coverage on my YouTube channel of San Diego Comic-Con. All that and some. Going to be a lot. Jeff George is there. He's always ready to party. So there'll be a lot of content around that. But this could be the farewell venture. Maybe next year it's New York Comic-Con. Maybe Dallas G.I. Joe Fest. Maybe PowerCon Atlanta. Maybe we'll do something else. I don't know. Maybe I'll come to Canada and visit Canada friends and Toys R Us's and stuff. And I don't know. So we'll see what happens. But I'm glad you had a good vacation. It's glad that you've actually had a vacation. And it was good of you to get away from the kids. You didn't even miss the kids, you said. And you were gone from them for a week. You've never seen them.
I did too miss them. But it's not like we see them that much. They live in their rooms. We see them at dinner in a couple hours, maybe a day.
Yeah, if you really want to see our kids, the perfect time is between like 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. That's the time. That's when they're really getting really going. About 7 a.m. is when they usually turn in for the night, and then they sleep till like 4 or 5, and then right back to the salt mines right there. Well, Angie, we've said enough. I don't feel like I really quite grasped this vacation of yours, but I felt like I was kind of there with all the pictures. So I appreciate your mom getting after it all. It was really the tale of two travels, really, this week is what was going on. So there it is. But now, Angie, it's your time to shine. And man, I'm hungry. It's time to try new foods because it might taste good.
Try a little bit of this and a little bit of that. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. We gotta try new food because they might taste good.
All right, Angie, it's time for you to shine. It's time to try new foods because they might taste good. And Angie's got something extra special this week. Not really. I found it out at retail. You were on vacation. I was keeping up appearances, and I found this on my work travels. Let me tell you about those work travels. I can't wait till I'm not employed anymore, and I can really tell my work travels. I can really tell some of the stuff. But Angie, what do you got this week?
Oh, let me just pull it out.
Let me just pull it out, whip it out.
Blueberry Oreo.
Blueberry Oreos. And
Blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie. Now, I love a good slice of pie, Angie. You know this. I'm all about the pie. Blueberry pie, however, not a big fan of blueberry pie. Are you?
It wouldn't be my
It wouldn't be.
No.
I don't know if it'd be my top 5. You know what my number 1 pie is?
Apple?
Close. Number 2.
Pecan pie.
No, that's number 3.
Oh my God. Apple?
No, that's number 2 still. She doesn't even know me. You don't even know me. Get out of here. Get out.
Apple,
You're fired.
It's not pumpkin.
This goes back. Pumpkin, a strong number 4 for me. You're getting there. You're working the pie circuit here, but I love this pie and I like it warmed up. And my grandma knew that I liked it warmed up.
Berry? Triple berry?
Triple berry or raspberry, either of those. Okay. I love a good triple berry, raspberry. We used to get the raspberries out of my grandma's, and she would make that pie for me. And I long for that. I long for my grandma's cooking, the chicken hot dishes, the lasagnas. Oh, grandma.
She would even make you liver sometimes.
Oh, that was a different grandma, but yeah, talking about Grandma Peterson here.
Wow.
And she was the master pie smith there. And oh my gosh, I'm longing for a triple berry raspberry pie right now. But Blueberry never really did it for me, but I'll eat it if I have to. But it's about like number 8 or 9 or something like that for me. But Oreo coming out of the blueberry pie, it is summertime once again, so this makes a lot of sense for the seasonal limited edition one. Now this was out last year. I never tried this last year. You didn't try this last year?
It says back by popular demand. I don't even remember it.
I believe it might have been a Target exclusive last year, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's available everywhere this year. So if you're after it, now's the time to try it. Of course, calorie-wise, 2 cookies, 150 calories. Get out of here with that. But we always talk about Oreos. We always try these new Oreos. And in full transparency, I was, of course, a Nabisco employee once upon a time in a former lifetime. And I've been through the Nabisco salt mines a time or two as well. Got a lot of Nabisco stories, as we know. But I do give kudos to Nabisco, Mondelez Corporation this day and age, because they come out with seasonal stuff all the time. We had the Selena Gomez ones not too long ago. Turning and burning, because there's suckers born every minute like Angie and myself that will try this once and then they got their sale, they move on, and we'll try that one next time. So kudos to them. Are you expecting this to be very good?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited.
Graham flavored cookie with blueberry flavor cream. So there's probably no blueberries in this. It's just blueberry cream.
I'm glad they made it taste like a graham cracker. I thought it was just going to be a golden cookie.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they say it's graham.
I smell the Oreo cookie. I don't smell the blueberry.
Yeah, no, me neither. Well, maybe a little.
It's got the Oreo. It's got all the fun stuff. Let's try it.
Are my teeth going to get blue?
Hopefully.
Ooh, very blueberry. Ooh, I like it. Good.
Now you love cream.
Let me see your mouth.
You love cream. We've made it found out that Angie loves cream. Usually like the white cream or the clear cream. Big fan of that.
Oh God,
how's this blue cream for you?
Good. Which usually, like if a cake or a cupcake has black icing, I hate the way it tastes. So I was scared that with all the dye in it, it might like skew the. It's excellent. I need another one.
That's gonna be 150 calories you just downed. 150.
What's that?
Well, I got about 10 more for you later, but I don't know. I think this might go 2 different ways here. So what are you going to rate this out of 5?
I'm trying to think what blueberry thing it reminds me of. I'm going to give it a 4.
It's got a little bit of like cereal blue flavor to me. Like a Fruit Loop.
It's a nice change of it. Maybe that's kind of it.
4 out of 5. It's giving you like the nice summer vibes. You can see yourself laying out in the pool in your bikini, just diving into some of these blueberries. Unfortunately for me, I'm not going to be a 4 out of 5 on this. I'm a 1 out of 5. I don't like it that much. I mean, I can eat it. I can eat about anything, as you know full well, but I don't know. The graham cracker Oreo doesn't do a lot for me, and blueberry's not my favorite once again. I'm a raspberry guy. I mean, it's okay for what it is. I would never in a million years buy this ever again, but I'm once again blueberry things. Actually, I prefer a blueberry muffin. That's probably my favorite muffin.
I need a drink.
You need some more cream to wash that down with? Well, you're lucky we're about done here with this segment here, but you're going 4 out of 5. I'm going 1 out of 5. Your mileage may vary. Be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments down below on this Blueberry Pie Oreo, but better act fast. It's moving quick because probably going to have Halloween Oreos in August to take space of these.
The back room's already full of
Halloween Oreos?
Of Halloween, not Halloween Oreos, but just all the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. Halloween moves up every year. I can tell you the apple harvest items, of course, of Entenmann's and stuff, August 11th. So it's getting sooner and sooner every single year. So there it is. Try new foods because it might taste good. I didn't think it tasted that good. Angie thought it tasted amazing. So there it is. Blueberry Pie Oreos. But now, Angie, it's time for me to shine. It's time for Figure of the Week. All right, Angie, it's time for Figure of the Week, and we're glad to have you here with your Figure of the Week. Looking very good. But no, it is the Figure of the Week, and I figured, you know what? I've mentioned it here, San Diego Comic-Con next week. Crazy. What better time for the Figure of the Week than a former San Diego Comic-Con exclusive? And this sums up what San Diego Comic-Con exclusives should be to me. We're going back to 2023, my first year at San Diego Comic-Con. We're going to NECA. We're going to the Ultimate Alf San Diego Comic-Con edition. He went to Cosmic Con. But this is what I'm looking for out of a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive right here. It's something you don't have to have. You can't just put the regular Alf as an exclusive you can only get at San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
You got to have that at Target. You got to have that at Walmart. But you throw Alf in a Hawaiian shirt, a Comic-Con backpack, a video camcorder, old school, and a pair of glasses. That's the perfect San Diego Comic-Con. And then
the shirt alone would have sold you.
Sold me on the shirt. I said, I have to have this. And I remember I just couldn't believe it. And then the following year, 2024, they also had a San Diego Comic-Con Alf exclusive where it was superhero costume Alf.
Cute.
So that makes sense with Comic-Con and all that kind of stuff. But I was very disappointed here in 2025. NECA did not come at us with an Alf. I don't know if they lost the Alf license.
Wow.
Alf not selling anymore. Too many cats being eaten. I don't know what's going on there. I was really hoping, Angie, that they would have had Seinfeld's mom. And Angie does not even know that joke. She doesn't know Alf. You don't know Seinfeld either. So you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know Seinfeld.
Yeah, but you ever watched it? And have you ever seen Jerry's mom?
Oh, I don't.
Jerry's,
I couldn't pick her out of a lineup.
Oh, I could. And she was always spying on that Alf.
Was she hot or what?
No, maybe in her day. I don't know. I don't know about time in Alf and stuff. She was with that pesky old lady neighbor that was always spying with the binoculars and always thought she saw Alf.
Ah.
And they would always deny it, and it would always just go from adventure from there, of course, as we know.
Crazy.
But I was hoping we'd get Jerry Seinfeld's mom in the Alf line. Never happened. Never happened, unfortunately. But this, like I said, sums up a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive to me. Great for the diehards, great for people that are going. Not going to be for everybody. And the closest thing to that this year, I think, is Mattel has a Jurassic Park dinosaur exclusive where it's like the T-Rex breaking through the San Diego Comic-Con banner.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool. That ties into San Diego Comic-Con.
Elle would like that one too.
She would like that, but she's not getting it because she's bad. She's bad. I'm not bringing that home. I'm not traveling home with that. And it'll end up in Jeff George's room in like 2 weeks after we get it.
With the Comic-Con Squishmallows.
Yeah, it'll be with those. I waited how many hours for these Comic-Con Squishmallows? That was what I had to wait for the longest. They were like blacklight ones, and there was another one. And there was another one that came in this nice box, and then Emma just said, I'm just going to open it up. And she opened it up. They didn't even want it anymore. And like I could have sold that for got some money back. But I remember waiting like 2 hours. And I remember there was a guy in front of me. It was like a hopscotch line. It was like a line you went like this for the line.
Bob and Weave.
And this guy was not paying attention. He was like listening to his headphones and like almost sleeping in line. And all these people had moved up. And I'm just like, what's going on? Is this guy going to move? And I just cut him. I saved myself like an hour just by taking one step over because he wasn't paying attention. So worked for me for sure.
Good
But
job.
yeah, Alf, San Diego Comic-Con. We hardly knew you. It's going to be sad not having an Alf figure this year. Got to think NECA is done with their Alf experiment, but it was good while it lasted. And one of these days, I'll show you an episode of Alf.
I've seen enough.
I don't think you've seen enough. Name the whole cast and crew.
I know.
Maybe not. But there it is. That is the figure of the week. Now we segue over to Angie, album of the week. All right, Angie, it's time for album of the week, and this week a bit of a controversial one. What?
Keep that pen on my face.
That's what you always say. Keep it. You say keep that pen closer to my face is usually what you really say. It's usually what you really say. But this week it is time for the album of the week, like it is every single week. And Angie, I don't know once again if you know what I'm going to talk about here, but I'm going to talk about a heavy load. You know about that? You know all about that. The heavier the load, the better, right, Angie? Would you say so?
Just a mouthful.
You just like a mouthful. You like it just everywhere. That's for sure. And you got that today, this week, in the album of the week. As we got a more than a mouthful here. It is from our favorite band, Metallica. Well, maybe not our favorite band, but we did see them in concert together once upon a time. It is Metallica, and it is their album called Load. Now, do you know Load at all? You ever heard of it?
No, I don't know.
Do you know what the album cover of Load is?
No.
Okay, well, I'll let you research that, and you can report back to everybody next week.
Okay.
And if you don't know what the album cover of Load is, you might want to look that up. I won't spoil it for anybody here. What that is on that album cover. But this is quite the controversial album, and I've talked on my channel, my YouTube channel. If you're watching this video, make sure you subscribe, of course. Makes Angie smile every time you do. Load was an interesting one, as this was the follow-up, of course, to the Black Album. Everybody knows the Metallica Black Album, Enter Sandman, all that kind of stuff. I've told the story before. As a little kid, I got into Metallica with And Justice for All when that came out. And I went back and I checked out Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and of course my all-time, still to this day, favorite Metallica album, Kill 'Em All. I loved it. I was all in. A lot of people didn't like And Justice. They thought I was too proggy, but that's where I came into Metallica, so I obviously enjoyed that. absolutely loved everything before. So when they said the Black Album was coming out, I'm like, oh, baby, here we go. We're going to get the Black Album. And I'm sitting in like 5th grade. And it's weird. There was no internet back then when I was in 5th grade. Shocker, I know. Probably when you were in 5th grade, there was internet, though, I'm sure.
I don't think so.
That was a couple of years ago, so it had to have been. But I remember getting the Black Album, and I loved Enter Sandman. And I remember hearing that before. I knew that. I was like, I love this internet. I still love it. I think ECW wrestler Sandman helped the love of that even more. But I remember just listening to it, and I'm like, this isn't my Metallica. And it was funny, as I was still a young kid, but a lot of teenagers and older than me, unbeknownst to me, had that same thought that Metallica sold out, they've changed their ways. And I felt that without knowing that. I was like, this just doesn't hold a candle to what I wanted out of Metallica at the time. Being a young, confused little 5th grader or whatever I was. But then the Black Album, of course, people loved it. People were all into it. It just did what it did. It's one of the biggest albums of all time. And obviously I've heard it. I don't know if I've listened to the Black Album in at least a decade plus. You've probably never even heard the whole album, I'm guessing. Probably not. But I was just very disappointed about it. So it was weird. And it was weird to see so many people that never gave Metallica the time of day love Metallica, and they were on MTV all the time. It was just a weird thing because they didn't have videos until Injustice for All. So long story short, it was very strange for me, very messing with my head. But I was a big Black Sabbath kid, Judas Priest, Faith No More around that time. That was who I was hanging out. Paul McCartney, of course. We'll talk a little bit Paul McCartney in next week's episode, Angie. We got to have a throwdown. We're going to need your guys' help about this one. More on that. But then many years later, after the Black Album, the follow-up to the Black Album came, and it was the album called Load. And a lot of people were really, really worked up at the time because Metallica cut their hair. They cut all their hair short. People were like, they sold out. They've officially given up and all that kind of stuff. I never thought that as a kid. I guess I was still too young. I remember being young. And in a weird, strange turn of events, I enjoyed Load. I thought Load was great. I had no real issues with it, which is really weird because I like the old school Metallica. I still like Load and, of course, Reload, the follow-up album. I enjoy both of those albums, and I still enjoy it. I don't listen to Load and Reload very often. That's not where I go to when I want to listen to Metallica. But I found it to be very, very interesting that just putting myself back, and I remember thinking I liked it, where the Black Album I didn't like. And most people, 99% of the people you ask, are going to like the Black Album and not Load. But very interesting. I do think Reload was a little bit better than Load, but Load had a lot of good songs. 2x4, Until It Sleeps, Hero of the Day, King Nothing, and then Angie's personal favorite, Ain't My Bitch. You know that one? Yeah. You love that one, of course. But an interesting album. Definitely a little bit different, a little bit more in the 90s era, of course. Some holds up all these years later where it's kind of come full circle. Some of it is a little bit abysmal, but it's an interesting one. And I decided to list this as the album of the week because I was trying to get through it all. I couldn't. There is a new box set for Load and Reload. So I spent a lot of time with Load box set this week, just dropping loads left and right in my car travels. But it's 20 hours of music. 20 hours, 244 songs in that box set. And it's live stuff, B-sides, all that usual stuff. So I was working my way through it. Really, it's just a lot of concerts is the majority of that. And if you've heard it, you've heard it. It is what it is. But worth a listen in the anniversary here. And I think it's like the 30th anniversary or something of that, which just seems crazy to me. And I'll never forget the day Load came out. Me and my buddy Scott Peterson, you know him. We had a long, hard day on the tennis courts that day. We played tennis all day that day, and I was just absolutely exhausted, but I couldn't wait to get home and listen to Load. So that's what the plan was there. But it was a hard day on the back and forth. It was like Sampras versus Agassi. You had to be there, let me tell you. Let me tell you. But there it is. That is the album of the week, but now it's time for a very timely Tales from Retail. All right, Angie, it's time for Tales from Retail. And this technically, once again, could be story time with Kyle. They kind of go both ways. But technically, I guess Tales from Retail, even though I wasn't working when this happened. So maybe at the end, you tell me what you classify this as. So we're going both ways here. I don't go both ways. You might go both ways. I don't go both ways. But we're going to go Tales from Retail here. And this goes back a couple of weeks ago on my Omaha trip, Angie. And you were leaving town, and I called you and told you this story, I think, on that day. Maybe I didn't, or maybe this will be the first time Angie hears this. But
I have no idea what's happening.
I had to get up, and my meeting in Omaha was at 8 a.m. I had an 8 a.m. meeting. Thankfully, there was a Walmart across the interstate. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go into Walmart. You know what I was going to do? You know what I was going to do at this Walmart?
Try to find that shipper?
I was going to try to find that SummerSlam shipper, exactly. But I also had other motives for going there.
Get a Fifth Avenue and a Diet Dew?
Close. Try again. You're halfway there, Fifth Avenue. Oh, Fifth Avenue. I did get a Fifth Avenue, so you know me all too well. And yeah, so I got a Fifth Avenue, but I got a white monster.
Oh,
a white monster in the morning. So had to do that, but also had to see if they had that shipper. And unfortunately, yes, they did have the shipper. Yes, it was picked through, unfortunately. So hard times there. But it was interesting when I walked into the store, and I have millions of stories about these with people in helpless situations in retail stores. And every time I go to a store where I don't find anything, I'm kind of in that situation, it feels like. But I walked in the front doors this time, and I'm walking as you do, and usually I'm getting my phone ready to film, turning on the camera and stuff. And I'm walking down. It's called the Action Alley. That's the area where all the pallets are. It's Action Alley. There's the crossroads at the store. And I'm walking up to that, straight dead ahead. There's electronics. And then to the left, there's your toys, action figures, sporting goods, things like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking straight through there, Angie. And what do I see? I see all of a sudden like a big pool of something. I'm like, what the heck? And then I look over and I see blood everywhere. And I see a lady down on the ground. And it's just like one of those things where you're like, mine doesn't compute. So I look at it and I just keep on walking. And I just kept on walking. And then I got like 4 pallets down. I said, wait a minute, what did I see? And I turned around, looked down there, and then there's this lady and she's down on the ground. Well, first thing I said, well, do you help this lady or do you go to the action figures? And all day long you go straight to those action figures. You don't want somebody getting that clear John Cena before you do. Mm-hmm. No, unfortunately, and you always got to help somebody. And I've learned that. We'll tell that story one of these days. Maybe next week. That'd be a good one for next week. Maybe not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't want, once I tell. But I looked down there and I saw a bunch of Walmart workers down there on the ground with her. So I said, I think they got this under control. They got it. I'm going to go look at stuff. But I made it a point once I got all my stuff looked, I'm going to walk by this and see what's going on down there. And I'm going to take a good gander. And for a split second, I said, I should film this. This would be great content. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Too messy.
Film that. Too messy, lawsuits, who knows what's going on. Yeah. And I walked down there and it's funny is right as I was leaving the store, the ambulance was pulling up. The ambulance was pulling up. Omaha's finest there.
They took a while.
They took a while. I mean, I'm in and out. You know me. I get in and out real quick.
But the blood was already pooling.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But it probably took a while to get some help and somebody to call 911. But just all that time, I do a quick in and out of these stores as usual. But I walk by there and I'm like going slow just to peek in. It's rubbernecking, as some may know it as, of course. And I'm checking it out. And I don't know what exactly happened and why she was bleeding out this way, but she's down there, her legs elevated, and they had like a big white towel, like a big white bath towel. They probably got it out of the towel section, and they put it over her leg, and this thing was full of blood, like a big old regular towel you get out of the shower with, caked in blood. And there's blood all over the floor everywhere. I'm just like, what did this lady possibly do?
Oh my God.
And as I'm walking by, there's like the Walmart manager there, and she's sitting there with an iPad, and she's right there now. And ask her questions. Now, when did you do, trying to get the whole story, probably trying to divert any lawsuits of possibility or whatever happened. But she's literally bleeding out in this Walmart. And but she was an old lady, not to pick on the old ladies. I've done enough of that in this video here today. But I'm sure she must have been on blood thinners or something like that because she was just bleeding. There was blood everywhere. I hadn't seen a pools of blood and drips all over. And then I'm trying to think, what could have possibly brought this on? I'm thinking, did somebody hit her with a grocery cart or what happened there? Have no idea. Have no idea what happened. But I think she lived. I'm guessing she probably did. I didn't stick around. I had a meeting to get to. I had to present once again. But she was bleeding out everywhere. But she seemed to be coherent and talking to the lady. And she wasn't screaming and yelling like, you guys did this. I'm going to take you guys for everything you're worth or anything. There was none of that kind of shenanigans going on. And I've seen those shenanigans before where I'm going to sue you. And there's a wrestler. We should have asked a good friend of the channel, Midwest professional wrestling legend, Gage Octane, that there's a wrestler that I wouldn't say he's famous. You probably wouldn't even remember him. He was an indie worker. And he would go into Walmarts. You know where this is going? He would go into Walmarts and say he fell down, but he would get the old blade out and he'd blade his head and he'd be bleeding out all over there and would try to get, free stuff. Well, I won't sue if you give me this cart of groceries. And he would do that kind of stuff all the time. And
oh my God.
I would like to, I can't say the guy's name though, because people would get, it would be a thing. It would be a thing if I said who this guy was, so I won't say it. I'll leave it up to the imagination. It's like the Hacksaw Jim Duggan story. You know the Hacksaw story I referenced?
No.
Oh, that's a good one. I wish I could tell, but I'm going to wait till Hacksaw passes away for that story.
Okay.
It would hurt too many people.
Yes.
maybe his whole family. I'll wait till his whole family passes away. Episode 1,000. That's what we'll do. But he used to blade in the Walmarts, and it worked. You go to those rural Walmarts, we'll give you the groceries. But this lady, I assume, lived through this. I would love to know, but I couldn't stick around. I couldn't stick around to get all the details. I had to go present. I had a presentation, and let me tell you, I wowed them in the presentation. Wowed them left and right. You know how it is. You see me up there. I get all animated. I get all worked up. Stop me if you've heard this one before. All the hits played in my presentations. And one of these days, I'm going to film one of my presentations, and I'm going to leave it and put it on YouTube, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to do it, but I don't know if the audience would allow that. I don't know if my work would like that or not, but I think it'd be funny just to film that kind of stuff. And then when people get heated and try to argue and like heckle you from the audience, that's why I'm going to start doing stand-up, because I can deal with these hecklers and shut them down and
Yeah. You think your YouTube's helped you with your presentations?
Somebody said that once upon a time. Said, you talk a lot more or something. I don't know. I think I was always chatty, though. Ask my dad.
Yeah.
He'll tell you. Kyle was chatty. He was chatty.
You never looked scared.
No, you don't ever let him see you sweat. That's for sure. And then the other thing I could tell you is be comfortable in the silence. That's the key. If you want to win at negotiations, you want to win in anything, you got to be comfortable in the silence. You've got to be able to sit there, because of the natural reaction. You hit somebody with a hard one. You say, Angie, we're going to the strip club tonight. And then maybe we go to this place instead. No, you sit there in the silence. You let her compartmentalize it, and then let her say yes. And then we go on our merry way.
And then I come with.
And then you come with. And it's just, Angie, get off the stage.
Just making it rain.
Get off
You're
the
just like,
stage.
we're not bringing her back next time.
Oh boy. But yeah. So that's it. That is a story time with Kyle, Tales from Retail. I don't know. What do you call that? Is it a story time with Kyle or a Tales from Retail?
It was more story time because it wasn't.
Because I wasn't
you weren't
working
when it happened.
Yes, I guess story time with Kyle, Tales from Retail. Pick your poison, whatever it is. Sound off in the comments down below.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. But Angie, now we got a giveaway, and it's time for a few final thoughts. All right, Angie, time for some final thoughts here, but we also got a question of the week before we get out of here. Are you rizzing them up the Rizzler style?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that was
Shout
me
you.
thinking.
Rizzler, rizzing it up. Oh, it works. It works. But we got a little question of the week. We got the Great Muda giveaway here. But Angie, take it away with the question of the week.
Long one. Agin 565 question of the week. What are your thoughts on British indie music? I'm a huge music fan from the UK and love bands such as Arctic Monkeys. The girls love the
Do they?
Yep. Biffy Clyro.
Yep.
Kasabian, Oasis, Blur, Mumford & Sons, Radiohead, etc. And would love to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts? That's not really your vibe.
It is a little bit.
I like those bands.
You don't.
Yes, I do. I like Mumford & Sons. I like Arctic Monkeys, and I like Oasis. I don't know this little middle.
I like Blur out of that group. That's
oh yeah, I know.
Blur is the only one I like out of that group there, but I do love British music. Now, I of course love the traditional stuff, the Beatles, the Who, the Eric Clapton, the Yardbirds, the Zeppelins. I love all that kind of stuff. Obviously, I love the Motorheads, the Maidens, the Judas Priest, all the heavy metal stuff. UK's got the best music, for sure, no doubt about it. There's some good American stuff, but for sure, the best of the best right there. But as far as the stuff he's talking about here, I enjoy that kind of stuff, especially my high school years when I was on the radio and stuff at high school. Some of this stuff was really crossing over, especially the Oasises, the Blurs of the world. I had to play a lot of that on the radio in high school, but I liked a lot of those bands. One of my favorites is the band Kula Shaker. I don't know if people know him or not, but I love Kula Shaker. Crispin Mills, Haley Mills' son, of course, is part of that. Miss Bliss, of course, from Saved by the Bell. But Kula Shaker is a great group. I love them a whole lot. Supergrass is probably my absolute favorite of that kind of scene, kind of that era. I love everything Supergrass. I really want to go see them in Chicago. Unfortunately, all my money's tied up in K-pop stuff these days for whatever reason. But I've never seen Supergrass in concert. I would absolutely love to. Blur, I like a whole lot. I think Blur is extremely underrated. I'm not a Gorillaz guy, and I feel like the Gorillaz stole a lot of Blur away. Obviously, Damon being the lead singer of Blur and stuff. And I think seeing, hey, I'm making more money with the Gorillaz than I am on Blur. Love them a whole lot. I'm trying to think of anybody else I really listen to. A band called the Wild Hearts. They don't kind of fall in there a little bit, but they're from the UK. But I absolutely love the Wild Hearts of kind of that same kind of era. Very, very underrated band. But there's a lot of good ones from the UK. There's no doubt about it. Radiohead, Mumford & Sons, Biffy Clyro. I saw him in concert somewhere. Arctic Monkeys. They don't do anything for me. And I'm more of a heavy metal guy too. And I don't listen to a lot of this style of music outside of the ones I like, Supergrass and Blur. I'm more the Maiden, the Priest, and the Motorheads whenever I have time to listen to music anymore. But that is a very good question of the week, and a little deep cut. A lot of people don't know that kind of stuff, especially here in America. So it makes sense him being from the UK diving into that kind of stuff right there. So there's the question of the week, Angie. Anything to add to that anymore?
No.
Nothing. But we do got a little giveaway action, Angie. You can hold this right here as I'm going to find the winner I have saved away right here.
I'm just going
to
take this out.
You would never dare do that. Now, who is that? Do you know who it is?
Yes. Great Muda.
Now, who's this Great Muda?
He's a wrestler that wore the face paint.
Okay. Do you know anything else about him?
He's
I'm trying to find the email. I had it saved here.
Japanese.
He's Japanese. It's true.
He's a cutie.
He's a cutie. Okay. We'll go with that. Anything else?
What's the thing with the horns?
Horns? Oh, yeah. That's kind of the mask that he wears every once in a while.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Is he like from a long line of people like the wrestlers?
So the Great Muda was one that stole my heart as a little kid and never let go. He was not the first guy with face paint that I ever saw, but one of the early ones. Had a huge feud with Sting that was absolutely amazing. Absolutely love the Great Muda all these years later, and now he's finally signed a contract. And this one's a little bit harder to get, and I got this for Gage Octane, and he said he didn't need it. So I said, we're going to give it away right here.
And an extra head?
And that's what we're going to do. Yeah, got an extra head in there.
And unpunched?
We can always use a little extra head. And
Is that what you call it when it doesn't have that gout?
Yep, unpunched edition. Unpunched right there. And I just had it, and I just X'd out of it when I was just gabbing away. Okay, ready to go.
Winner?
Yep, the winner.
I
got it right here.
Okay.
Got it right here. Ready to go. The winner of this, who did follow the rules, he gave us a 5-star rating, sent me the email, copied it, did all the rules there. We're going to have some more giveaways. I got a Heavy Duty to give away. I got a Ricky Steamboat to give away. I got all these extra figures. I need them out of my house immediately. Get them out of here. That's what I'm saying. But the winner is Derek Weisinger. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly there. And he does say, Kyle brings the heat every episode. Smart takes, deep knowledge, and a real love for the toy game. If you can't collect, this pod is essential. So he sent that on our way. So I will reach out to Derek there and send that
set that down
his direction. Good idea. So there is episode 17 of the podcast. Of course, if you have any questions, anything you want to send our way, the Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of Angie, you can do it over there as well.
Any comments, concerns?
Yes, anything. You're covering HR, I think, lately here. So there it is, Angie. So what did we learn today? We learned about Philadelphia experiment. We learned about Minnesota. We learned about bleeding out in a Nebraska Walmart. We learned all about Blueberry Pie Oreos.
Bleeding out, passing out. We talked about full-on loads in your mouth and your ears, everything else. Loving that there. My ears still haven't recovered from the flight.
Well, I bet. We learned a little bit about the Great Muda, and we also talked a little bit about UK kind of indie rock. So really covered all the bases here in the Kyle Peterson Show, episode 17. And Angie, very thankful you joined me this week. It's good to have you back.
Love you.
And we'll see you in episode 18 next week.
Sounds good. I'll be here. That's at the end. Is that how you were That sounded really weird.
Ta-da! That's the end. There it is.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
Get that real guitar,